Good evening. Shabbat Shalom. So nice to see everybody. If you look outside, it's still light out, which means it's still Purim. So if it looks a little bit like Purim right now, it's because it is. We're going to sing together. We're going to pray.
So this nigun is for the month of Adar, and to me it sounds like Purim. So that's why I'm doing it tonight. It sounds a little sneaky.
Take a minute and meet the people sitting next to us, sitting around us, in front or behind. Be sure you know their name. Say Shabbat Shalom. You can say Purim Sameach. And once we've welcomed each other, let's take a few nice deep breaths. And welcome the angels who come to bless us on Shabbat. Imagine them entering right now to wish us peace and joy. Page 11.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malchei Hashalom, Shalom Aleichem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malchei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharech, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Okay, I'll be serious for a minute, but not long. Don't worry. Melly, would you come on up? It has been a distinct pleasure and privilege to work with Melly as she has decided in recent years, we worked together in recent months to enter the Jewish people. So I'm going to ask you to say a few words about your journey.
Shabbat Shalom. My name is Melly. 6 weeks ago, I became a Jew. Converting to Judaism has been a personal decision that involves embracing spiritual, cultural, and historical traditions. It means not just adopting a set of beliefs, but also becoming part of a community that stretches back thousands of years. It is a commitment to live according to Jewish values, such as justice, kindness, and the importance of education and community. I want to say something about my amazing family. In 2008, I met my husband, David. His family welcomed me with open arms, embracing me not only as a partner for their son, but as part of their family, regardless of my own background. I was never pressured to convert, and their acceptance and love encouraged me to explore Judaism at my own pace. This unconditional support played a crucial role in my decision to pursue conversion after my first child was born. Knowing that I wanted to raise my children, Caleb and Eliana, in the Jewish faith was something that became very important to me. I now feel closer than ever to my family, myself, and God. I want to thank Rabbi Mari for helping me and preparing me, and everyone at Temple Israel for making me feel at home the last 4 years. Thank you.
And then this is the statement that you read at your baking, but I'll just have you read it now again.
Okay. Of my own free will, I choose to enter the eternal covenant between God and the people of Israel. I commit myself to the pursuit of Torah and Jewish knowledge. I promise to establish a Jewish home and to participate actively in the life of the synagogue and the Jewish community. If I should be blessed with more children, I promise to raise them as Jews.
Threw that in there.
I commit to building a meaningful relationship with the state of Israel and its people. I accept Judaism to the exclusion of all other religious faiths and practices. Under all circumstances, I will be loyal to the Jewish people and to Judaism.
Beautiful. And I'm going to take out a Torah scroll. You're welcome to stand if you want. I'm just opening the ark for a split second, so you can also remain seated. This happens to be the scroll that your children use in services, so it's really special to have you hold that. And we'll do a couple of things. With the scroll in your hands, first of all, we'll say that you are named Meli, which means bird, and will always link you in love and commitment to your family of origin, your original family. And at the same time, at the moment of this conversion, we also confer the Hebrew name upon you, Tzipora bat Avraham v'Sarah, which also means bird. So that's got this beautiful resonance, and it's a beautiful name, an important name in the Torah and now. And I will have you lead us in Shema.
Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
And I'm going to ask everybody to help me compose a blessing. So the way we're going to do this is I will say the formula with which we recite a blessing, and you're going to think of anything that you wish for Melly as she now steps forward into her life fully as a Jew. Just call out anything that you wish for her, and if somebody already said it, that's great. More is even better. So we'll ask, Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzhak veYaakov Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. May the God who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rachel, Rebecca, and Leah, bless you, Tzipporah, bat Avraham v'Sarah, with
Simcha.
and joy and delight and
And
blessing
laughter.
and goodness and healing and hope. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
And we'll conclude with the ancient words of the priestly benediction.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Ken yehi ratzon.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
Ken yehi ratzon.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Ken yehi ratzon. May God bless you and watch over you. May God's face shine upon you. May God be gracious to you. May God's countenance be with you always with sweetness, safety, and warmth. May God grant you shalom, shlemut, wholeness, and peace. And we say,
Amen.
I'm going to put that Torah scroll back, and I'm going to invite your family to come on up and light the Shabbat candles with you. I know. Sorry, Caleb. Put you on the spot there, but you got this.
Likner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Oh, I think it's back to being Purim now.
For a little bit, just a little bit. Please turn to page 332, where we have a couple of Purim songs in our Siddur. Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol HaYeladim, Masechot Rashanim, Shirim Verikudim, Havanerisha, Rash, 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 Havanerisha, Rash, 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 Havanerisha, Rash, 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 Barashanim again, Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol HaYeladim, Masechot Rashanim, Shirim Verikudim, Havanerisha, Rash, 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 Havanerisha, Rash, 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 Havanerisha, Rash, 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 Barashanim. And on the following page, oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man, the Bible calls him Haman. He lied and lied about the Jews whom he was always blaming. I don't know if it's the same word. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And nash some lamentation. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be. And nash some lamentation. And maybe my favorite, which somehow didn't make it into the Siddur, Utsu Etza. Utsu Etza Betufar. Dabru Dava Velo Yaku. Utsu Etza Betufar. Dabru Dava Velo Yaku. turning back to page 24 as we welcome in Shabbat. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Uyisraelev simcha, Uyisraelev simcha, Uyisraelev simcha. Live a life of goodness, be the righteous one. Live a life of kindness, be the righteous one. Live a life of holiness, be the righteous one. And let your heart shine out. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Or Zarua la, la 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 la, la tzadik. Uyisraelev simcha, Uyisraelev simcha, Uyisraelev simcha. Simcha, simcha.
Page 29, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Kabbalat, Shamor v'Zachor b'dibur echad, Hishrianu el ha'miyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, v'shem u'tiferet v'lik tefila, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Kabbalat, Likrat Shabbat, Nechu v'necha, Ki mekor baracha, Merosh mikedem mesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Kabbalat, Mikdash melech melucha, Umitzei mitoch achecha, Rav לשבת בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Kabbalat, התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בן תלחמי, קרבה על נפשי גאלה, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pene Shabbat, Kabbalat, Hitoreri, Hitoreri, Kiva Orech, Uri Ori, Uri Uri, Shir Daveri, Kevod Adonai, Alayich Lecha, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, kala pene Shabbat ne Kabbalat Lechadori likrat kala pene Shabbat ne Kabbalat Yamin u'shmol tifrotzi ve'et Adonai taritzi al yadish ve'parsi ve'nismecha ve'nagila lechadori likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela lechadori likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלב בואי חלב לך דורי לקראת כלב לשבת לקבלה לך דורי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה אליי אליי פני שבת לקבלה. Please stay standing for Baruch Hu. Yana la la la, 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 yana la la la. Baruch Hu et Adonai. Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach, Leolam Va'ed, Leolam Va'ed. Yalalai, yalalai, yalalai,
Moment in our service about love, which means so many things. Sometimes it's active and energetic. Sometimes it's quiet and just about taking in the fullness of another person. And in a context like this, service, sometimes you wonder whether we're talking about love of another human being or love of God, love of the universe, love of being alive. And then maybe you don't have to wonder so much because maybe they're all the same thing. That little beast, that pretty little beast, a poem, has a mind of its own. Sometimes I want it to crave apples, but it wants meat. Sometimes I want to walk peacefully on the shore, and it wants to take all its clothes off and dive in. Sometimes I want to use small words and make them important, and it starts shouting the dictionary with opportunities. Sometimes I want to sum up and give thanks, putting things in order, and it starts dancing around the room on its 4 furry legs, laughing and calling me outrageous. But sometimes, when I'm thinking about you, and no doubt smiling, it sits down quietly, one paw under its chin, and just listens.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Shem kavod malchut ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך.
With the sun setting on Purim, that means it's time to break out the matzah. Pesach is on its way before we know it. I know, but Micha Mocha is coming, so we got to start thinking about freedom. Page 39.
Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Micha mocha, bailim Adonai. Micha Adonai, Yimloch, Leolam, Va'ed, Adonai, Yimloch, Leolam, Va'ed, V'ne'emar Hifada Adonai, Et Yaakov, Ugalo, Miyad Chazak Mimenu, Baruch, Ata, Adonai, Ga'al, Baruch, Ata, Ga'al, Yisrael, la 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 ya la 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 la
Amidah begins on page 44. As always, the invitation is to use the words of the Siddur if they help you elevate and get to a better place, and to close the Siddur and use the words of your own heart if that's what will get you there. Please rise. Tonight's teaching is going to be interactive, so I'm going to pass these around. Thank you. You can take that one if you want. But just to get your voice warmed up, because sometimes people get so nervous speaking. So find the person you met at the beginning of the service. Say hi again. How you doing? Very good.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hi.
So while those are continuing to go around, we'll start with a question, which is what do you know about when the Jewish people enter a covenant, a sacred agreement with God? When does that happen? Okay, we celebrated on Shavuot. That's right, Alexander. You have an idea about that? What's that? Okay. In the Jewish tradition, so we've got Shavuot. Where does it happen? It happens on a big physical feature called Mount Sinai, right? The story that we tell is that Moses goes up, the people are right there, and when they hear God's voice, they say, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will follow these commandments and we will understand them, we will do it, and that is the moment of like sealing the deal, the sacred covenant between God and the Jewish people. Can anybody tell me what do you imagine that moment was like? What do you imagine it felt like, sounded like, felt like? Okay, scary. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Thank you. What else? Yeah. Very glorious. And in the Torah text, it was so giant that actually people experienced synesthesia, which is when your senses get confused, right? So they could like hear colors and they could listen to things that they were seeing. It was so powerful and so glorious. Yes, Sam? Overwhelming. So powerful, they heard God's voice directly, every single person, right? So hold that thought for a second. And I want to bring us now to the scroll of Esther. And here's this really interesting line. It's at the very end. This is the part that we don't usually read. Now we're in the part that gets a little complicated for all kinds of reasons, but here's some one of the less complicated pieces. For that reason, okay, so the story's ended, Esther and Mordecai won, yay, okay? For that reason, these days were named Purim, after Pur, meaning lots. In view then of all the instructions in the said letter from the king, and of what they had experienced in that land, in that matter, and what had befallen them. Okay, so for everything that just happened, everything we just told you in the first 8.5 chapters of the book of Esther, the Jews undertook and irrevocably obligated themselves and their descendants, and all who might join them, to observe these 2 days in the manner prescribed at the proper time each year. Okay, so the straight up reading of those verses, the Peshat, we call it, the understanding of the text, is all it's saying is at the end of Purim, they agreed they were going to celebrate Purim every year, right? At the end of the events, they agreed, okay, this is worthy of celebration. We hereby declare it a holiday. From now on, we're going to celebrate it, okay? Then, now we're going to go to the Talmud. Hold on one second, Alexander. I'm going to get your comments in. Oh, you need a paper? I'm very sorry. Great. Thank you. Okay. So we're on the Talmud. The Gemara cites additional homiletic interpretations of the topic of the revelation. Oh, okay. So far, sorry. Hold on one second. The Gemara, now the Talmud is now we're talking back about Mount Sinai. We'll come back to Purim in a second. Bear with me, okay? Revelation at Sinai. The Torah says, and Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet God, and they stood at the lowermost part of the mount. Now the rabbis, when they see a sentence like that, the lowermost part of the mount, they presume or know that it means something more than what it actually means, right? To us, it means they stood on the foothills, right? Okay, fine. What's the big deal? But the rabbis read so much meaning, and maybe you might even say they make up so much meaning. You might say that out of every single word. And here's what they do with it. Oh, it says the lowermost. It says they were at the bottom. Rabbi Avdimi Bar Chana Bar Hamsa said, the people actually stood beneath the mountain. And the verse teaches that the Holy One, blessed be God, overturned the mountain above the Jews like a tub and said to them, if you accept the Torah, excellent. And if not, there will be your burial. Oh, okay, that's a different story. That's a little bit less glorious, right? A little bit, all that beautiful, amazing stuff. It's a completely different story. Now listen to what the rabbis say. This is like the rabbis of the Talmud. Rav Acha Bar Yaakov said, from there is a substantial caveat to the obligation to fulfill the Torah. The Jewish people can claim that they were coerced into accepting the Torah, and it is therefore not binding. Okay? So we have two different tellings of the covenant. Number one is the one we know, the one that's, like in the movies, Moses at Mount Sinai, miracles, big, beautiful, powerful, overwhelming. Here is a completely different story that the rabbis offer, which is actually God said to them, you have two choices. You can accept the Torah, or I'll kill you. It's up to whichever one. And the rabbis say, wow, that doesn't really sound like, what's the word, informed consent? Right? Like that doesn't really sound like full agreement and full participation. So maybe we should actually be freed, released from this covenant that we signed onto. Because we didn't go into it as full partners of our own volition. Then the Talmud says, Rava said, even so, they again accepted it willingly in the time of Achashverosh. As it is written, now this is our line that we just read, the Jews ordained and took upon them and upon their seed and upon all such as enjoined upon to them. And he taught, the rabbi taught, there the Jews ordained what had already been taken upon themselves through coercion at Sinai. Okay? Wow, right? Okay, so that line, which by the way, we just said, it doesn't say anything about the covenant. All it says is we're going to observe Purim. Right, but they expand it. They love playing with words, and they're playing with the words kimu and kiblu, and that, it's like they received it. They received the obligation to celebrate Purim, so they mean, oh, okay, they received all of Torah. But it's really a remarkable statement. The first time we got the Torah, it was under coercion, right? We had two choices, accept the Torah or die. That's sort of disturbing. We could maybe get out of our obligation. However, couple thousand years later, after the story of Purim happens, Esther, Mordechai, Haman, all that stuff, the Jews decide, okay, now we're ready to sign on to this covenant. Now we're ready to sign on to this agreement, and we're in it for real. And I want to just leave you with this thought. There are three different stories that we've come up with around the receiving of Torah, accepting of Torah. One is the big, glorious, beautiful, fireworks story. The next one is the coercion story. And the third one is the Purim story. And the Purim story is different than those other two stories in many, many ways. It happens, although Mount Sinai is not in the land of Israel, by the Israel as a hegemonist state for the Jewish people has not yet been established, but it has. By the time of the Purim story, we're in exile. So it's an exile story. It's a diaspora story. It's a story in which God is nowhere to be found, whereas God is so present in these two stories. It is a story of a time of deeply corrupt leadership. And it's a story from a time of utter chaos. The point of the book of Esther is that everything's upside down. Everything is completely absurd. So what I want to say tonight is if you maybe sometimes feel like you're in a world that feels upside down, if you maybe sometimes feel like we're in a time of corrupt leadership, if you maybe sometimes feel like we're exiled, we're out of the diaspora, we're wandering, we're not in safe territory, we're not where we need to be, maybe incredible, transformative things can happen in a time like that. Shabbat Shalom.
Yasher koach.
Please rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל עמונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, הקדוש ברוך הוא. והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים. והשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים. אינו מלבדו, אפס זולתו, אינו מלבדו, אפס זולתו, אחד, אדוני אחד, אחד, ושמו אחד, אחד, אדוני אחד, אחד, ושמו אחד, אינו מלבדו, אפס זולתו, אינו מלבדו, אפס זולתו.
Please be seated. Turn to page 292 for Kaddish Yatom. If I share the name of your loved one, I invite you to please rise as I share their name. Hannah Andaman, Elena Belenkoff, Neely Biblars, Edward Kaplan, Sylvia Fisher, Anne Flynn, Charlotte Goldberg, Ben Gordon, Nathan Greenspoon, Phyllis Kaiser, Sadie Klugman, Florence Coldman Adler, Bernice Machatel, Paul Neidich, Erwin Nyberg, Francine Nohan, Faye Prince, James Roth, Maurice Osad, Henry Samuelon, Lawrence Weiner, Arthur Wolpe, Mitch Bice, Joel Shapiro, Dave Eukelson. We ask that Hamakom Yinachem Etchem, that God provide you with comfort. If there is somebody else for whom you're saying Kaddish Yatom, whose name I have not yet shared, I invite you to rise, and if you'd like to share their name, please do. We'll ask those who are in mourning to lead us in Kaddish Yatom, knowing that the boost of the congregational responses are meant to be comforting and a solace to you. Page 292. Yitgadal Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra chirute ve'amlich malchute. B'chai echon uvyom echon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'gala uvizman kariv ve'imru.
Amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yita. Brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom bimromav.
Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael
ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Please rise.
Oseh shalom bimromav. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Alleluia. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Shalom, hu ya'aseh shalom. Alleluia. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
Please be seated.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho ve'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom tefillah lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziyah b'Yisrael. Ki banu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש
Michael's going to join us and lead us in Motzi in honor and memory of his beloved Uncle Dave, who died this week.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
Pass that around, everybody. Please vote in the World Zionist Congress elections. Celebrate Shabbos. Happy Purim. I think that's it. Shabbat Shalom. I knew I forgot to say one thing, which is thank you to the Schneider family for the incredible extra kiddish. My child has already had 6 cookies, so please eat the rest.